They can get up in there. Actually, I do see sunlight through there. Hello. Alright. Here's a little rabbit tractor I made out of just scrap materials that I had. So it cost me nothing to make, but used a decent amount of stuff I already had left over. But it's about, I think it's 4.5 square feet. So it's good for about one adult rabbit or a few babies. I've got 2 in there right now. And it's got a little hide up there. You can see that. It's got enough room for them to get on. I just made it out of little 1.5 by, or is it 1 by 1s? I think it's 1 by 1s. Left over from a playhouse rails that I took apart. But it's very crude. But it was free. So now I can have some little bunnies out free ranging instead of sitting in cages all day. Which I know they're still technically in a cage, but now they can actually eat foraged greens. And it was pretty simple to make. It took me a long time because I was still figuring it out as I made it, but I could have simplified it a lot and made it pretty quickly. And I wanted the triangle shape so they would have shade from the sun and it would use less chicken wire, because that's what I was low on, was the wire. I've got a lot of metal scraps I can get, but the wire is the expensive part. Yeah, on the bottom, oh my goodness, I just about wiped out. So on the bottom of it, it's got I don't know what kind of wire that is. It's like 2 by 4 inch wire. We use it on dog cages and the chicken coop. But so they should still be able to eat. I've heard that they'll actually bite the wire, and that'll stop them. But we have a big predator problem, so I kind of have to have wire on the bottom. Don't escape. Get back in there. Get back in there. But yeah, they can hop up there easy. Get inside the little roof. You can see a baby carrot. I was feeding him. Yeah, see, he just did it. So they can get up and down easy. And that's waterproof. Actually, it is a little bit damp. They might have peed on it though. But that should be waterproof completely. I don't see any sunlight shining through. I see some at the very angle up there, but should be good. But yeah, this was all made with scrap wood. I didn't spend any money on this. It was all scrap wood from a playhouse rail, scrap metal from our roof that got ripped off from Hurricane Helene. The little roof cap was edge pieces that we had left over from our coffee truck. The handle I bought at a thrift store like a year ago, and I had like 8 of them. That was a leftover lock from the rabbit hutch. Those are cabinet hinges. Chicken wire left over from our first rabbit hutch. Yeah, and then all the screws, and I use a little bit of every type of screw. I use some finishing screws, some wood screws, some outdoor deck screws. I use some the tacks to hold the chicken wire down. Those are electrical wire tacks. I don't know exactly what they're called, but it's made for like the wiring for houses. I use those. They actually work way better. I don't know how weatherproof they are, but like these little silver ones, like right there, they like to bend, and they don't seem like they hold on too good, but these things work great, and they're sharp. And I know you don't have to give them a hide or have a little house for them to get in, but I just like it. Every time they get scared, they just run and hide inside their house. So I'd feel bad if they didn't have one, especially with how many cats and dogs and stuff there are around here. If something could just chase them, and just, I don't know, I like having them to have a little house to hide in. Get away from any predators. They can get up in there. Actually, I do see sunlight through there. Hello. But so all I did was build 2 of the triangles. I think it's a 35-degree angle on both sides, and then a 35 on that angle down there. And this one I just left plain. This corner is bad. My metal was too short, but I'm not too worried about that. That's over the run. But anyways, I just made 2 triangles. I put 3 boards in the middle, or in between the 2 triangles to connect them. And then I put a middle board right there as a brace and set the platform on. But if I were to redo it, which I will make another one, I like the looks of these. They're pretty simple to do. I think I'll make one entire side just metal roofing, and it'll be one solid door. So instead of having a little door and metal, the whole entire side will all be metal and just one big door that I can open up. And then the other side will be probably all wire. No, it'll be a half wire, half metal, because I still want them to have a house. But they like it so far, and I have to have them small because we don't have a square foot of flat ground anywhere around here, and I cannot fit a big 8-foot long rabbit tractor. So I've got to make these little ones and have a bunch of them. Like places up there, I might be able to fit one. They'd be at like a 45-degree angle. But these little ones like this, I can stick them all in the garden beds and have them weed them and stick them all around these random spots, because like there's not really any flat ground anywhere around here. But it is what it is. But the next one, I will make it, I'll try to make it about a foot longer. I'd like to have them like 3 by 2 feet. But anyways, that's the little rabbit tractor, little A-frame micro tractor. I'll make another one, and I'll probably go out and buy some materials and actually make a nice one, because I like this style. But anyways, that's all. Cat, stop touching me. I'm trying to get B-roll. Go back in there. Oh, look at him. He's laying down. Or is that a she? I think it's a she. Yeah, I think they like it out here. That cat's not supposed to be in there. Alright, hold on. I gotta shut the door. Watch out. Yeah, this door's a little janky. It was too wide, so I had to put that extra block in. Yeah. Would you quit fighting? My goodness. Yeah, see, and that's why I like to have them a little hide, because they're always being harassed by cats. I don't think they would actually do anything. They might try to get one of the babies if they were tiny, but yeah. There we go. Alright, that's all.